Highbury 2001, and the meeting of two clubs who knew what it took to be Premier League champions. After winning the Premiership and the FA Cup in manager Arsene Wenger's first full season in charge, the Gunners have been unable to add to their trophy collection and were increasingly frustrated at being runners-up to Manchester United. They'd had a good week in the Champions League, though, and could end it by going top of the Premiership. Dennis Bergkamp started only his fourth game up front, replacing Sylvain Wiltord. David Seaman was left holding the baby, still out with a shoulder injury. His replacement, Richard Wright, had saved a penalty in the win against Panathinaikos in the Champions League and continued. Defenders Tony Adams, Sol Campbell and Ashley Cole were all out, with Martin Keown, Ray Parlour and Gilles Grimondi recalled to the starting 11. Graham Souness had brought his team back into the big time after 2 years in Division 1, and they'd come back in style, hammering West Ham 7-1. He picked a 4-5-1 formation with the experienced Craig Short replacing Niels-Erik Johansson in defence. Matt Jansen was the lone striker. Martin Tyler is the commentator.
Blackburn's last visit here was as recently as last March, the quarter-final of the FA. Now Dunn. It's dipping, and it's not very far away. David Dunn, given this particular role today, to get forward from a five-man to take the free kick. It's just too high for Keown. Lau hung up towards Ulrey. Bradford had started to come, but in the end wasn't caught in no man's land. He was on his way back to his line, and just a gentle contact with the header by Henry in the end. Björneby. Johnson tracking back a bit into trouble. Parlour. Now Lara. Made space for the shot. And just put it the wrong side from Arsenal's perspective of Brad Friedel's right-hand post. But Damien Johnson will be relieved about this. He turned back into trouble. But it stays... Bergkamp takes it. Well, it was a very good climb by Henry. And he put it into an area where maybe he was looking for goal, maybe he was looking for a teammate just to come in and apply the finishing touch. But it fell between those two stools. Bergkamp. Now there is some space for Arsenal. Hasn't been there very much of it. Bergkamp! Well, he was going top corner here. And he's quite capable of finding it. To Blackburn's undoubted relief. The aim. That's excellent work by Matt Jansen. Now Gillespie. And it's found its way in. Keith Gillespie for Blackburn Rovers. Well, Richard Wright, very unhappy. But the ball, in the end, bulged his net. It didn't bulge it by very much because it wasn't perhaps the strongest shot. But for Gillespie, it's a splendid moment on his return to the team, with a deflection to help him out. Two-guy. Dunn. Comes out to Flitcroft. First of all, David Dunn was trying to turn, and a turn would have got him in behind Arsenal, I think. Notice of the goal as well. Arsenal 0, Blackburn 1 at the break. Arsenal set the second half underway. 1-0 down here in the FA Barclaycard Premiership. To a side that's already shown some spine, some... And Broncos. Bergkamp. Perez, he will get to it. And he's equalised! Robert Perez in the 3rd minute of the second half. Blackburn rather stood off him in the end. Arsene Wenger would have had a great angle on the shot from the other side of the ground. Well, he got the ball a bit fortunately, Perez, in the first place. But from then on, showed plenty of ambition and an angular shot, and another deflection, this time off Henning Berg. Both goals aided unwittingly by defenders. Henri, Bergkamp, Perez. Lara for Bergkamp to strike first time, and he made good ground to get there first. Whether it just sat up, it might have done, although this Arsenal pitch is usually near perfect. Bergkamp couldn't control the shot in any case. Well, Henri and Bergkamp and Perez and Lucas Neal, the player down for Blackburn. Arsenal still going on. Bergkamp, and it's in. Brad Friedel did his best, but the ball in the end crossed the line, and what a turnaround inside 8 minutes. Arsenal came out for this second half 1 down, and now 2-1 up. Blackburn had a player down here out of the picture, and it was a defender, Neal, who's still limping, but Arsenal showed no sympathy. Friedel, for all his agility, couldn't stop Bergkamp putting the Gunners in front for the first time today. Beaten by the spin. They just need to clear their heads and by Lauren. Dunn. David Dunn from very long range has put it in the bottom corner. Blackburn back at 2-2. Well, asked to support just one striker in this Blackburn formation, and well, this is the way to attack from midfield. It's typical Dunn, really. Perez, Vieira, Perez again. Henri is onside. Out comes Friedel, very effectively. It's been a feature of Brad Friedel's goalkeeping today, his reading of the play and his speed out at the feet of oncoming Arsenal attackers. Vieira, Kanu, Bergkamp! It's another brilliant stop by Friedel, because Dennis Bergkamp could hardly have hit that harder or truer. But extremely well hit. Kanu, and Bronkhorst, onside! Oh, Bergkamp couldn't find a foot to connect with the cross. Bergkamp. Done. Would have done again. Vieira got it back for Arsenal, swept in by Bergkamp to the feet of Wiltor. Henri, can he make space for himself? He does! 12 minutes to go. Another twist to this engrossing tale at Highbury today. And having watched others make inroads for Arsenal, the top scorer, now gets in on the act. Walter, only recently brought on, Henry checking back, found the angle on the left foot, and it's now Arsenal 3, Blackburn Rovers 2. Hignett. Tuga. Room for Neil to come forward into. It's curved towards Bent. Wright can only knock it down. He's back on his feet. Flitcroft can't set himself for a shot. Hignett might, and does. Blackburn Rovers refusing to let go here. 1-0 up at half-time. Suddenly 2-1 down at the start of the second half. Back to 2-2 now. Needing a goal to get level again. With Richard Wright struggling a bit here. Hignett looking for something from the Dennis Bergkamp textbook. Done. Tugai got the better of Grimondi. Gary Flitcroft. Richard Wright comes out. Dunn. David Dunn has turned it in. It's 3-3. 2 minutes left. Well, pats on the back all round for Blackburn Rovers, but for Dunn in particular, Flitcroft couldn't quite get there. The goalkeeper made his save, but the ball broke to David Dunn, reaching for it with his left foot. Arsenal 3, Blackburn Rovers 3. Henry. This is Kanu. Bergkamp. And Bronkhorst. A wonderful stop by Friedel. By no means his first today. He's had a fabulous game, the Blackburn goalkeeper. Would be home and dry now. Back in by Bergkamp. Henry raised around him. Well, Arsenal go above Leeds United. They'll have to wait for news from Manchester United to know whether they'll top the table tonight. But what a game in the second half. But in the end, maybe a draw, a fair result. But it was a fantastic second half. Arsenal 3, Blackburn Rovers 3.
Points dropped, but Arsenal went on to be champions. The Gunners scored in every Premiership game, inspired by Thierry Henry, who finished the season top scorer with 24 goals. Blackburn also had a successful campaign. They beat Tottenham 2-1 in the League Cup final to lift the trophy for the first time. They then climbed from 18th in late February to finish 10th, higher than any other newly promoted team.